Hey everybody, I'm Rick Boogs. I like that guy. I don't know why him and Shinsuke Nakamura are together, but I like it. I like what's going on. I'm completely lost, but I'm having a very good time. I also want to give a round of applause to the first ever matchup of the Usos and the Street Profits. Excellent. 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 Now I'm going to need WWE to go ahead and run that back about maybe about 86 times. 86 times. Listen, this is Wrestling Color Podcast, right? And I'm here to talk about wrestling. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe. Like, I'm kind of stagnant, not really knowing why I'm not where I need to be, but we not worried about that. It's free. Subscribe. Okay? Links at the top. Click a link. See what's going on. Boom. Let's get into this situation we got with Velveteen Dream, because Velveteen Dream was a very promising talent. I enjoyed Velveteen. He brought something different to the show. You all enjoyed Velveteen until the Speak Out movement happened. Allegations was thrown. Shit went down. Folks never recovered. He's fired. Speculation is happening. And here we are. So Velveteen Dream decided to go ahead and speak on the things that he wanted to speak on. Now, I don't have my glasses, and this is super small, so I'm trying to make it big. And I'm going to read some of what he says, because I didn't read it, so we're both going to read this together. Velveteen Dream says, the allegation from April 20th, 2020 have effectively derailed my upward momentum I had professionally, and has ultimately resulted in my termination with WWE. My name is Patrick Clark, not the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream is a character that I have spent years developing and trying to bring to life. The success of the Dream character rely heavily on kayfabe, my ability to blur Patrick Clark from Tough Enough with its over-the-top personality. The character was conceptualized the day Prince passed, which was April 21st, 2016. I knew nothing about him at the time. Now, we're just going to pause right there, because that's a lie. So, we're going to move forward. My thinking was that I could use my interpretation of Prince to create an on-screen personality vastly different from who I am as a person. Cue Velveteen Dream, a sexually ambiguous, gender-fluid, self-absorbed diva. And as I learned more and more about Prince, I began to tame certain aspects of my character, aspects that I deemed way too over the top and inconsistent with who Prince was as a performer. Now, before I unpack, I will say I enjoyed the many stories I have been able to share on camera, and I'm grateful to the many people who trusted me with their safety and wellness. Thank you to all and everyone who enjoyed and allowed me to be my character, whether you paid a ticket or walked up on me in Walmart. My goal was to provide you with the same escape that I was offered when I started watching. My job was to play a character and to help advance storylines and drama for the fans who care to tune in. I take any job I have seriously, which is why I remain silent about these allegations. To address rumors to be working against an already compromised ability to sell a character I've invested so heavily. After I had been accused, I was given the opportunity to be in a storyline that lasted a few months, and I worked a few segments unrelated to the story arc, but now I feel comfortable in this position to share with you the details of my accusations. The night of April 20th, from my verified Instagram account, I posted a story to my followers letting them know that my DMs have been open. I received a few different messages ranging from support, heckling, and some inquiry about how to get started in pro wrestling. I responded to a few, but not all. And of the few I responded to, one account accused me of solicitation. That account belonged to a 17-year-old aspiring wrestler named Jacob. I guess it's Jacob with a C. Before he deleted it. In the conversation, Jacob shared his interest in working as a wrestler one day and asked what steps would be required. I messaged a short list of things that should be considered if he was nervous: physique and promo to start. Physique, because it's an independent contractor, no one is going to make you train and eat in a way that creates the aesthetic of a believable pro wrestler. And promo, because our job is to sell drama. And you can't rely on someone flipping channels to stop to watch a choreographed fight. You're more likely to grab their attention looking into a camera with a strong, impassioned 30-second monologue. I also inquired about which schools he was closest to in relation to wrestling training, his weight, and his height. Jacob explained how anxious he felt messaging me and asked me to verify that I was really me. I did find that strange, but you proceeded to anyway, because I have a blue check. But as a lifelong fan, I remember meet and greets and the days I would message wrestlers hoping to be seen. So I chalked it up to innocence and sent a voice message in my Velveteen Dream voice as to keep kayfabe. The full voice message has me asking Jacob about his height, weight, and where he trained and what school he attended, which Jacob answered back with the voice message, and I continued to answer the questions until I politely wrapped the conversation. April 21st, I woke up to notifications and tags of created screenshots and videos of the conversation that I didn't have with Jacob. I immediately contacted WWE's talent relations and social media departments as to begin an investigation. Even after the investigation, WWE released a strong statement maintaining my innocence. The part that hurt me was having a personal picture that I've used in my personal life and apps being used to label me as a predator. I am in no way a word predator. This is the first and only time I've been accused of solicitation to anyone. Until I was accused of grooming by Joshua Fuller. Unlike Jacob, I know Josh. I met Josh after my stint on Tough Enough in 2015 at a meet and greet, and we developed a friendship through a mutual trainer at GXW. Josh shared Twitter screenshots of the first time we communicated through text in 2016, an autographed picture from when we met, and an extremely contradictory story. Josh alleged that I made him feel uncomfortable, but contradicts himself twice by saying I was never sexually towards him. For those willing to research Josh's tweets accusing me, Josh's messages are in blue and mine in gray. I doubted what he told me, yet I kept my replies diplomatic and professional. The reality of the situation is that I was very helpful and respectful to Josh. Josh lives with his grandparents in rural southern Maryland. Josh got a concussion in 2017 and, against my advice, insisted on wrestling. My worry came from Josh severely injuring himself, specifically his brain. I suggested he take time off from training to see a doctor. He declined because he believed he could work through the concussion, and I cut all communication with him in 2018 because I didn't want to be partially responsible had he worsened his injury. So to have him accuse me of predatory behavior because I chose not to help was spiteful. Josh and Jacoby are two of many, in capital, people that I've helped. Yet these are the only two who have found me to be malicious and predatory in how I go about helping others. What wasn't shared at the time, Josh Fuller reached out to Jacob over social media before Josh put out his accusations. When this came out, Josh Fuller temporarily deleted his Twitter account, which was Josh Fuller PW. Which is important because in all social media confusion, Josh Fuller is the only one who suggested that an investigation had to be done and that he had not been contacted. Josh deleted his social media after he was outed for being a member of an anti-black group chat. There's a public forum, WWE LPSG Stars, where people are buying and selling and sharing explicit photos and videos of multiple wrestlers, and no one has done anything to take this site down. All in all, this entire experience defamed my character and ultimately accomplished what it sought out to do, and that was to see me released. My hope is that over time people can put two and two together and realize that all the allegations surrounding me were baseless, untrue from the jump. I felt strongly about not needing to defend myself on social media for a while, but I understand the audience I work for and those who know me deserve clarity. I am thankful for the opportunities afforded to me and the memories I have as a receipt. God has always had me and always will. Dreams is officially over, but Patrick Clark lives to fight another day. Why did I read that? Because it needed to be read. That's all. The man hasn't been convicted. He didn't do anything. You got Jackson Riker still working, and he's literally has his body. He did a whole blackface situation, and his views are inflammatory. You got Matt Riddle still working. He's been accused of rape. The girl said he took her head and shoved his dick in her mouth, and she's still suing him, and he's on TV every Monday. We have to be subjected to Hulk Hogan. Okay? And I can go on and on and on about the people that are allowed to be on television who have egregious backgrounds, and I have to sit here and watch them and somehow enjoy this shit. Now, from what I understand and from what's going on in the Twitter world, that it wasn't this situation that got him fired, but his behavior backstage. So what I would say to Patrick Clark, if in fact, because WWE said they did an investigation, they was through with it. Now remember, they also did an investigation with Lars Sullivan, and then find nothing wrong with him and tried to push him, but it wasn't working out because the man had anxiety and other issues, not because he was a racist, homophobe, transphobic, and then was having homosexual sex while you was being homophobic. Not because of that, but because he had anxiety. He was let go. So, I will say this to Patrick Clark. Go reevaluate, take time away from wrestling. Do not call yourself helping if it's in inboxes. If you don't got an email, you can help through email, because there you go. That's your proof. Do not accept DMs. Don't do none of that, because you are a public figure. That's where you fucked up. And also, don't ever say you don't know who Prince is, because that just makes absolutely no sense to me, and it's not going to wrap around my brains. I think Patrick Clark will end up back in WWE as the Velveteen Dream. And I also think you all on the internet need to cut the shit. Cut the shit. Okay? Because if the same motherfuckers be like, oh, well, Hulk Hogan apologized. Not only was Hulk Hogan being inflammatory and racist, he also is an adulterer and and damn near wanted to fuck his daughter on his TV show. None of this, the Velveteen Dream ain't touching nobody, and none of this is substantiated. And it already came out that them people was lying. You label somebody a sex offender, it's a rap. You label somebody a racist, it's a rap. You label somebody as a rapist, it's a rap. But you got to have proof. We got proof for Hulk Hogan. We got proof of whoever's a rapist. Matt Riddle better hope he win his court case. He a rapist and an adulterer. According to this girl, we know he an adulterer. The girl said he allegedly raped her during the whole move out or speak out movement. So it's very unfortunate for Velveteen Dream. That's why I think I enjoyed Velveteen. I enjoyed the whole look, the character. We all had a good time. He was bringing all kinds of controversy with his pants. He was doing some good wrestling. But here's the thing. Again, these people are flawed. And we put them on these pedestals, and when they do shit, it's heartbreaking. It's terrible to see. So, I'm going to leave it at that. What do y'all think? Y'all think the Velveteen going to come back? Or y'all think the allegations were unfounded? It shouldn't have happened? He shouldn't have got fired for that? He didn't get fired for the allegations. He got fired because his behavior is lacking, and he needs to go and mature. WWE moved on from whatever them two people on the internet said. Even Tessa Blanchard got proof that she spit on that girl and was being hateful and racist. And this is why the woman still ain't working. This is Wrestling Color Podcast. Catch you on the next one.